I want. Oh, I hate it when it does this. Come on, man. Okay, well, then we're just going to have to do the live. Like, what a bummer. Dang it, I hate it when they do the screen stuff. I can't switch it. It doesn't let me. I'd have to, like, completely restart the stream, and I'm on borrowed time here. So if you're coming in after the fact and you're just wondering what the heck is Stanley doing over here, well, I was out spearfishing at the jetty, and then it started doing this. And so I'm rained out, and I'm sitting in the truck, and I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going back out just as soon as the thunder stops. And so I thought, you know what, while I'm hanging out here, I might as well hang out with somebody. And you were the first person that came to mind. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just going to hang out here and talk to anybody who is doing anything at all right now and feels the need to hang out and wants to get on YouTube and play around with whatever. I'm here for questions. You know, like if you have questions about life, maybe. Maybe you're questioning the things that you do in your life in general. I don't know. But that's what I'm doing here. So whoever that is just popped in. Hello. I'm at the beach, and I was trying to do some spearfishing, and I'm just like, I'm rained out here, and I'm waiting for this storm to pass because I almost got hit by lightning, and that sucked. So I thought I'd come here and hang out for a minute and see what everybody else is doing while I'm doing that. So yeah, what are you up to today? What wonderful things have you got going on? Thank you for the like, by the way. Appreciate that. It's actually letting up just a little bit, but there's still some thunder and lightning, so I'm gonna take my time. This isn't gonna be a long stream. I'll probably be here, like, I'm hoping 15-20 minutes, and then I'm hoping to get back out there. It's really pretty. The conditions are really, really nice right now. It's clear water. I'm gonna guess it's probably 6 to 8 foot visibility. Not amazing, and the visibility is probably in the 8-10 foot range, which is exactly what I need to go spearfishing. But I have two problems. Well, I have three problems working against me. For one, all this cloud cover, it makes it hard to see even in that clear water. It's a little cloudy. Despite the clarity, the water is still a little bit cloudy because of the current kicking through the channel. It kind of, just muddies up some of the stuff sitting on the bottom, some of the silt and sand and whatnot. So it's hard to see the distance that I would normally be hoping to see underwater. There's also the fact that I'm a fat ass and I forgot my weight belt. So it's like 3 times as hard to get down to the bottom and stay on the bottom. And then when I get there, I can't see quite as well as I'd like to. No room for complaints. It's, it's the visibility that is exactly what I would want it to be. It's actually like kind of a perfect day out here, to be honest with you. If there wasn't lightning, I would still be out there spearing. I got some fish. I'm hoping I have a video out of this already, and I'm hoping to get more, once this lets up to finish things off. So I've got everything I need. I've actually got dinner already. I've been out there for about an hour and a half before this whole thing really swamped me. And I kind of farted around for half an hour, didn't do anything at all. I was just enjoying the conditions. Took my time getting out here. Like, I was on the other jetty over there, and yeah, I guess you can't see it through the rain. But I was on the other jetty. It was super crowded. So I drove over here. How ironic is this? I was on the north jetty that's super crowded, and people were getting grumpy and kind of So me and this other guy was spearfishing, and he was actually really grumpy too, probably the grumpiest one out of all of them. But he ended up being nice. Me and him were hanging out. And so he's like, yeah, I'll go over to the south side, him and his parrot. And I was like, how can I not follow this guy that's spearfishing with a parrot? How can I not do that? I should have filmed him for the video. I was being shy. So we both headed over here. It was less crowded, and we were having a ball. We were doing it. He got down, and it started to rain, and he just kind of was like not feeling it, so he left. So I had the whole place all to myself. And, maybe 2 other guys fishing out there, and we were all like having a good time. It was all good. And then it started raining, and everybody left the north jetty. And I was left to wonder what could have been. Mr. Matthews, hold on one second. I saw that you'd written there, and now I'm like, I've got to hit the button to see. How do I see the chat? It's been so long since I've gone live just like on my phone like this, I don't remember what to do. Dang it, man. Oh, it says all met. There it is. Okay. Mosher boy, what's up, man? Hadn't seen you in forever. How are you doing? I am having fun. Mr. Matthews, I appreciate that. I love this. And I say it like in the video it'll probably be a couple of weeks, of course, before this comes out. If I don't ruin cameras and everything else like we typically do. But I love this. I have a day all to myself out at the beach. I'm spearfishing in beautiful conditions, and I've got a little summer storm that's causing me to literally like take a break, which I don't do. I get to take a break. I'm forced to, and I love the rain. So I'm totally cool with that. It's like God's telling me to take a break. I can't argue with God. I got to hang out with a spear fisherman that's spearfishing with a parrot. It was a cocktail, but you know. So yeah, I'm actually as much of a bummer as it kind of is that I'm not spearfishing right now. I'm also just like I'm so stoked just to be here right now. I am pretty good mood. Where the times I come down, we're gonna have to get together and go fishing, dude. I'm all about it. You let me know. Let me see. So if you have my email address, it's normally in like at the very end of like all our videos or whatever. Have my email address. Send me an email. I'll send you my phone number, and you can hit me up. And anytime you're in the area, I'm good to go. Schedule, you know how it is. Just like life in general, schedules are weird. Can't promise we'll line everything up. There's actually about 3 people that I should have called before I came out today, and I called one of them. I called my brother Luke, who I haven't hung out. Yeah, Texas weather. No, that's exactly right. Yeah, you're not kidding about that. But I called my youngest brother Luke to. He's in Los Angeles right now. He wasn't able to come out. And so there's. Yeah, I think you probably know Danny Baker. I should have called him, and he's about 3 hours away. So I doubt he'd have made it. Regardless, I'm going to make my apologies for not having called him. I should have. He's been hounding me about this, and it's so rare to get conditions for spearfishing down here like this. It's the time of year when it happens. I'm sure he was at work. I'm sure it couldn't have happened. But still, I should have called him. So, all that aside, all that being said, you know, it can be difficult to line things up. But, you know, if you're ever in the area, hit me up, man. We'll see what we can do. Hey, that having been said, October 14th to the 16th is Sharkathon. And we're going to be probably a couple miles south of Bob Hall Pier. It depends on the weather and conditions and a lot of other factors. But we're targeting south of Bob Hall Pier, and I'm going to be camping there, pseudo camping. Like I'll have a campsite, but I'm probably not going to sleep out there, or we'll take turns sleeping there or something. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to be there for 3 full days straight. We'll have a campsite for 3 full days, and I'm going to be shark fishing. To be honest with you, I don't even really care. Like I'm going to shark fish hard. I fish hard regardless. But this has become a bit of a social event. Last year we invited everybody. You've probably seen Mr. Ben Covarrubias in the chat. So he came and joined us last year, and we had a ball. I don't know what your vices are. There's not, by vices, I don't mean like, you know, there's not like drugs or anything like that. But for us, we had a couple bottles of whiskey, like nice whiskey, and some cigars. And we just, I mean, it's a really chill crowd. If you'd like to come and join us, you're absolutely welcome. It is a family. I say vices and stuff. It's actually a family-friendly endeavor. We got kids out there, and, you know, we're camping out. They're building sandcastles. We're all fishing, having a ball. All the tackle and bait, you know, you don't even have to bring anything. Just come and hang out. Bring a 6-pack of beer or whatever. Doesn't matter. Come and join us. We'll have plenty of anything that you could want. Grab a rod, and, you know, we'll have all the equipment and everything you need. Come and join us if you're free. October 14th through the 16th. This is your official invite for that. And also thank you for hanging out with me here while I'm doing this. It was going to be a little bit lonely, and I'm like, so I was spearfishing and I'm soaking wet, and I'm like, I'm soaking the truck, and my wife is going to be so mad at me. So yeah, there's all that going on. You're in, as I recall, you're in the Houston area, is that right? I think we've talked about that before. Cigars and beer? You're speaking my language, man. That's I'm not gonna say that's like the worst stuff that happens. It pretty much is. There are some people at like 2:00 in the morning who might drop by, who in the outskirts of camp are going to do things that are a little bit more, you know, not my style, is the way that I will present that. Nothing terrible, just, you know what I mean, stuff that's just not my style. Cigars, beer, and whiskey is going to be pretty much the That'll be the vices that we do. I'm not judgmental. I'll be judgmental if people start doing really bad stuff. You know, we'll put a stop to that. I don't know. That's just my. This would be such an easier conversation if it was one-on-one and not public. It would be a far less awkward conversation if I could have it in public and not it just like one-on-one as opposed to in front of what could be anybody and incriminating. But yeah, nothing terrible. Like I said, it's a family-friendly endeavor. Kids will be camping out, love s'mores. We typically cook some pretty good food too. If we're catching fish, we'll cook up some fish. Last year, we made a stew that was really good. What I like to do when I'm camping out, and camping kind of depends on, so last year I wore myself out because I camped for 3 days straight, and on that third day is when the shark fishing got good. So that's when I was like, okay, now it's time to double down, and I had to hit it hard, but I was already worn out from having camped out for 2 days, and a friend of mine was keeping me up. I was on like 4 hours of sleep for that whole 3-day weekend. And I'm paddling baits out with a surfboard, like way out there. So I was so gassed. And then I had to double down on the third day and really try to fish hard. It was rough. What's up, Grant? How are you doing, man? I'm out here at the jetty. It's raining on me. So I was spearfishing. I had to get out of the water. I'm waiting for the rain to end. Figured I'd go live and hang out with everybody so that I'm not totally like super lonely while I'm doing it. Hey, Bait the Hook. How are you doing, man? Appreciate you guys coming and keeping me company. I'm talking about Sharkathon and stuff, but yeah, so I'm out here spearfishing, and it's going really good. I got dinner. I got a video. I'd like to add some more, make it a good video, but I've got everything I need for a video. And then I get rained out, and it's so nice. Like, the weather's nice. It feels good. The conditions are perfect. But yeah, there's some thunder and lightning, so I'm waiting for it to lighten up before I go back out and try to finish this whole thing off. But thank you guys for keeping me company. I'm stuck in the truck, soaking my seat down, so my wife's going to be pissed. Earl, Mr. Matthews, that's, you can't, there's no way for me to copy and everything out of the chat itself. If it's in, or maybe I can. Try it. Let me see if I can copy the text here. Brandon's Outdoor Adventures. How are you doing there, man? I'm sorry, there is not a way for me to copy it off of the chat here. You can send it. It'll take me a little bit. There's a possibility that I forget to check. I will have to come back to the video, like this particular time in the video, and I'll have to write it down on a notepad. I'm totally happy to do that. There's just the possibility that I forget to do that when I get home filleting fish and, you know, forget that I even went live. But yeah, you're welcome to send it there. Or I can get you on the live stream next time where I actually have like a notepad in front of me or something. That's fine too. I don't care how you get it to me. There's just, I'll just be honest with you. There's the potential that I could accidentally forget to do that. Oh, Grant, dude, hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. We're talking about getting together for Sharkathon, and so you other guys in here, Bait the Hook. Brandon's Outdoors. You're in Texas, right? Brandon's, I don't think you're in Texas. I know you and I have seen each other before. I apologize. I forget exactly where you're at. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, guys. Long story short, so we're all trying to meet up October 14th through the 16th. It's going to be the shark tournament down here on Padre Island. And I'm going to be shark fishing, and I am going to do what I can to, you know, do that tournament well. But it's becoming a little bit of a social event where we all get together, have a bonfire for a couple of days. Ohio, that's what I thought. I thought you were up in that direction. I have to ask because you never know when you accidentally like screw people up. You're not. I thought you were. I could have sworn you were in San Antonio. My apologies, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean to mix people up like that, especially like your icon's smaller here. Like I kind of tell people by their icons, not necessarily their name, so I'm not seeing your icon. Next live stream will be next Tuesday. That's the next one that's scheduled, and that one's going to be on A&J Outdoors channel, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Grant, but I think A&J, I think John's the one hosting the next one. The next one on my channel will be 3 weeks from now, unless we get something like this. I need to be doing this more often. John's, yeah, okay. Well, guys, hey, regardless, Ohio, wherever, my apologies on that. That's my GoPro dying. So regardless, you guys get a wild hair and you feel like coming down to what is supposed to be some pretty nice weather down in Texas and doing some shark fishing, tackle, bait, that's all on me. You just show up. October 14th through 16th. It's an open invitation. Not entirely open. I'm not going to say that. Like, I trust you guys. Not going to lie. There's like even family members that I have that are not specifically invited. Nothing against them. Nothing like that. Just, it can get pretty big. And it's not like there's going to be like 100 people out there or anything like that. It's like we'll have 30 people, but 15 will drop by at a time. Most of that will be my family, which, you know, come and hang out, have some good food, drink some beer, fish for some sharks. What's up, Kai? How's the vacation going, man? So you're catching me. I'm doing some spear fishing out here at the beach, and I'm having a blast. The weather is wonderful. And but then I got rained out, and I'm waiting for this storm to pass, and I figured, you know what, while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna hang out here and be social and maybe hope that a couple of my favorite people come and keep me company for a minute so I'm not bored out of my mind sitting in the truck. I'll put your email in the chat. I'll get it to Stanley. Oh, okay, yeah, so Earl, if you didn't see it in the chat there, if you want to put your email in the chat, Grant can take a screenshot of it and he'll send it to me. So I'll make sure to get it. So Kai, I'm curious, man. I love the Pacific Northwest. It's been a long time since I've been there. Seattle was gorgeous. I wish I could do some fishing up that direction. I'm curious if you've had an opportunity to do so, and if so, what are you getting into? We have a channel. It's a buddy of ours. I haven't seen him in a minute. His name's Northwest. What is it? Northwest. God, I can't even remember his name. Grant, you remember the guy I'm talking about? I think his name's Aaron. Northwest Outdoors Adventures. Was that his name? Anyway, he does a lot of salmon fishing. I think he's doing a lot of salmon fishing in Seattle. He makes really good videos too. Up in that particular area. He's one of the ones that makes me really envious of being able to do that. Yeah, the smell in Seattle, like it smells like salmon. And salmon, the fish down here, like mullet, they're oily and it's hot. So it's like a hot, oily smell, and it's just like it's home to me. But then I went to Seattle and it was like, oh wow, this is like home, what home smells to them. And I was a little envious. Not sure. Okay, I forget his name. It was he's one of those guys that he's just not around too often, but he does make good videos. Aaron, something like that was his name. I think he hangs out with Colorado Fisher, who he changed his name. I don't remember what he changed his name to. Yeah, but he's one of those guys. Not too big into live streams. He just makes good videos. Seattle's awesome. Oh, that's a bummer, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. It is awesome, man. It's pretty there. Did you get a chance to do any fishing while you were up there? Thumbs up, gotta run. Good to see you. Hey, Bait the Hook, man. I appreciate you coming and dropping by, dude. Thank you for keeping me company. Looking forward to seeing what you got coming. I need to catch up on some YouTube stuff. I need to get caught up on your stuff too. I apologize for that, but I'm going to do so. Yeah, thank you, sir. Sadly, no fishing. The Puget Sound is awesome. Yes, Puget Sound. Wish I could. I agree. Puget Sound was gorgeous. It was so pretty. It's so different because you have like down here, what we are super flat. It's just all fields out here for hundreds of miles. So there's no, like, our beach is super flat and wide. It can be like a mile wide sometimes. Just sand down to water. It's one of the reasons it's hard to surf and fish here is because the water is so shallow. You have to go way out to get to the fish. That's one of the challenges of shark fishing is we have to get our baits really far out. Most of the time people use kayaks. If we get big surf, the kayakers have a hard time getting their baits out. And that's where I'm hoping to keep my fingers crossed when we do Sharkathon. If we have like 3 or 4 foot surf, it makes it hard for those guys to kayak. But I can paddle out on a surfboard with that. Not well, but hopefully better than most of them. And I'm hoping that's the advantage that I need to, get in on the shark contest. That's what I'm leaning heavily on. But yeah, when you're in like Puget Sound, they got those cliffs. You guys have all that, like those, they have sounds, they have bays, and And clear water, of course, the Pacific is really pretty, even if it's a little chilly. But yeah, it's gorgeous up there. I love it. I want to go back, and I want to do some fishing, man. Salmon is one of the best tasting fish out there. That's what they're known for. And they got some other ones too. They got, of course, like Dungeness. I love crab, but they've also got, I don't know, those things with the blue meat. I forget what those are called, but that's high on my bucket list of things to catch. They got that other kind of sheep's head too, the red and black one, which is not the same as our jailbirds down here, which I'm actually targeting right now, sheep's head, which is not the same as the sheep head that you get up in the Midwest. I don't know why everybody's naming all their fish sheep's head. I wish I could name fish. I'd be like, can you imagine being that guy? Like, how did that conversation go? They're like, you know what? We have this red and black fish. Let's name it sheep's head, just like that one that they have down in Texas and Florida. We're going to name it just like, because they're similar, you know, it's got a stripe. Oh, you're a bit of, that's funny. Yeah, you got to do live chat. You got to make sure, like, I've noticed that red bar, like, you got to keep that thing up to, if you actually, like, if you hit the screen too much when you're trying to chat and stuff, it'll drag down the time. Derby, how are you doing? It is an absolute honor to have you coming out here with me. No, dude, down here in Texas, like, it doesn't rain that often. And I was saying earlier, like, this is actually like a real blessing. I'm loving this. It's nice and cool. It's like 80 degrees outside, which is wonderful. It's normally like 100 degrees right now. The weather conditions are actually gorgeous. Like, the surf is flat. The water is super clear. It's very rare to get conditions like this. I was able to come out all by myself, have a relaxing day. I went out and I've been doing some spearfishing. I've got dinner, and I've got a video filmed. And now I'm like, okay, so I got rained out. There was some lightning. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hang on the truck. I'm going to go live for maybe half an hour, hang out with some people. And then when the storm lets up, I'm going to go right back out and do it all over again. So I'm like, God forced me to take a break. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm going to sit here and just enjoy what I can out of it. So I'm in a really good mood. I'm loving it. And I'm honored. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me, guys. So this is all, like, all of our buddies here are all, they're all fishermen, and they all do like fishing YouTube channels and stuff like that. Derby down here, I met her at VidCon in Los Angeles a couple months ago, and she does gaming live streams. So if that's something you're into, check her out. She's got a great personality. She's a wonderful person, and she's totally professional and a wonderful person. If you're ever looking for just a chill stream to sit there and have some fun, she's a good person for it. Got a lot done. I know, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Ginger, how are you doing? Wonderful to see you. Speaking of California, Ginger, thank you so much. So when I was in Los Angeles, when we were at VidCon, I forget the name of your trailer. I apologize, but the best food that I had the entire time I was there was this food truck that Ginger runs, and it's I forget the name of it, but the heroes were freaking amazing. Nestimo Greek. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. If you're ever in Los Angeles, check out Nestimo Greek. That, I swear, I had it one day. Like, I was living off of like how I did in Mexico, where it was just like tomatoes and avocados, because everybody was really vegetarian over there. It was kind of embarrassing to eat meat. I felt peer pressured not to. But then I had a hero, and that was it, dude. That's all I ate the rest of the time I was there, was the heroes from Nestimo Greek. Derby, it's an absolute pleasure. I just appreciate you coming and hanging out with us and keeping me company. Just came on. Where were you trying to go out? So I'm at Packery Channel right now, and I've been doing some spearfishing. I was doing good. I got some mangroves for dinner, which is like the best eating fish you can get down here. I love it. They're not the biggest, but they taste amazing. So I've already got that in about an hour's time. We got hit by a storm, so I'm taking a little bit of a break to come and live stream for a minute. And then I'm going to head back out, and I'm going to try and get some stuff for the freezer now. It's that time of year where I have to start stocking up for the winter. Kai, I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes, man. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, dude. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your trip, man. I'm really stoked to hear all the stories that you got for us when you get back. Also, the Discord's burning to the ground, so I need you back, to go to work. Yeah, Derby, do you live in Los Angeles? You never know who's like flying that way or not. And if you do, I'm gonna have to challenge you with finding me some fishing spots for the next time I'm out that way. I was drying up when I was over there. I needed some fishing. Hey, you're in Sinton? My parents live in Papalote. I grew up in Papalote. Yeah, Packery. Dude, I tell you what, man, when I first got here, I hit the North Jetty and it was packed and everybody was grumpy. They're all in a bad mood because it was like 5 feet between fishermen. Gorgeous conditions, but nobody's catching anything because it's gorgeous conditions. Like everybody's using those black wire leaders and big heavy weights. Everybody's using shad because it's clear. That's just like the go-to, I guess, nowadays. And so they were, everybody's mad. They're not catching anything because it's horrible presentation. So me and this other guy, I wish I'd got a video of this dude. It was awesome. So this dude was, he was probably 70s, 80s, and he was out there. He was a little grumpy too. He was the saltiest one out there. And he comes out with his spearfishing gear and a parrot, a cockatiel. It was a cockatiel. And he comes walking out there. He's telling everybody what they need to be doing. It was cute. Like I agreed with everything he had to say. A little salty, but I agreed with it. So we started talking. He's like, too many people. They're all grumpy in a bad mood. I don't want to be out here. It's like, yeah, I really don't want to deal with this either because this is how fights start. So he's like, well, let's go to the other jetty. And there wasn't anybody here on this other one. So we're like, okay, yeah. So we made the trip. It's about a 10-minute drive to drive all the way around to the other side of the jetty. Nobody here. A few people here. Maybe half a dozen, the entire length of the rocks. Totally doable. Like we can do that. We get our dinner. We're doing good, having a good time. And it's always good to have friends out here. You never know who's going to be angry, start throwing stuff at you. And then the storm hit, rained us out. And at first it was just raining, and I'm fine with that. Like I kept spearfishing. It cleared the jetty off, and the north jetty got clear. Like everybody left. It was all the hardcore fishermen on the south jetty. And so they stayed. They fished through the rain. I got no room to complain. Like I got plenty of real estate out there, so I'm good to go. But I couldn't help but notice that the north jetty cleared out, and I'm left to wonder what could have been. Is typically the fishing's a little bit better on that jetty. People don't know what they're doing quite as much. So even though the fish are getting pounded, they're not getting caught. So I don't know. There's plenty of fish to be caught over here. I'm going to be good to go on that. But Anaheim Convention Center is in Orange County. Good beaches in San Diego. I know it. I've done some surfing out that direction when I was younger. Riverside. I have no idea about fishing spots. I know. But here's two things. So Riverside, I'm not sure where that is, but you're still so much closer. You're right now, you're kind of my LA connection. You and Ginger here now, or you're my well, it's Anaheim, it's not LA. So anyway, right? I'm just not too keen on the differences there. You're my California connections at the moment. So I need you to make some friends with people who fish, who can give me some insight. This is a buddy thing, okay? Like I'm going to do the same for you. If you're ever in Texas, I've got you hooked up with the fishing. And now it's y'all's turn to kind of, return the favor a little bit. Hey, Brandon, I appreciate you coming and hanging out, dude. It's been kind of nice to be able to hang out with you guys. I'm at the house like all alone, not 24/7, but like all day long. I'm all alone. It's very quiet, except for when my AC is burning to the ground, which it still is. So it's a little lonely from time to time, and it's nice to be able to come over here and take a minute to hang out. Honestly, like I've probably got just a couple minutes left on here. It's letting up. I can get back in the water now. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna stay on for just a few more minutes, and then we'll shut her down. Long story short, Brandon, I appreciate you, sir. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Keep my ear to the ground, but you're talking to the biggest introvert, dude. You don't even know. So, one of the reasons I do a fishing YouTube channel is so I don't have to talk to people. Like I said, like I came to the less crowded. I'm confident in my skill set fishing now, so I can fish next to people and it's fine. And I'm even to the point where I can like live stream when there's a guy, like getting bait out of his truck next to me over here. I've grown to the point where I can do that comfortably when the window is up, but while he walks around his truck, my volume might get a little bit lower because it's a little embarrassing still. So I'm still a little bit shy, not gonna lie. I am a little bit introverted. I fake it well. I birds of a feather. I hear you on that. I hate it when I'm out fishing. I'm filming a really good video. And actually, to be honest with you, like the next video I got coming out next week, I suffered so bad from this. I was fishing with my brother-in-law, and I don't fish with him very often, like once a year. And so I was kind of shy about talking on camera. And it was such a good video I filmed. I was really proud of it, but I just don't talk enough. There's not enough. Like you'll see it, like if you watch the video, it's a lot of music, it's a lot of fishing, there's talking, but it's all like behind the camera talking. It's not like the addressing the camera conversation, narration kind of stuff. And that's just because I got shy and I just, I wasn't talking well. Trying to get better than that, but yeah, long story short, so I'm a lot more introverted than I act. I am good at like talking a lot. I think that's one of my skills. I worked with guys that run a fishing bait here in Lake Elsinore. I was on the chamber. Nice. Yeah, Ginger, I'm not going to forget that. Lake Elsinore. I'm going to have to remember that name. What's up, SoFlo? How you doing, man? I'm out here. I've got Florida conditions, dude, and I'm loving it. I got rained out, but I figured I'd go live for a few minutes while I'm waiting for the storm to clear, and then I'm headed back out. I'm going to go and try. I got dinner already. Now it's time to get some big boys in the freezer. Save them for winter. The awkward self-talking. Yeah, dude. I'm so I can be a character. I can sit here and talk like this, even if I'm a little embarrassed about the guy next to me. Just a hair. I'm faking it, dude. I hate doing this. I hate talking to a camera in front of people. I don't like being the guy with a camera like around. I force myself to do it, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just can't force myself. I'm just like, dude, I'm not doing this. Screw YouTube. Screw whatever I'm trying to do on the video. I'm gonna have some fun, and I'm not gonna waste my time stressing out about talking to a camera embarrassingly while other people are catching fish, and I'm talking to a camera and I'm missing fish because I'm on the camera. It's embarrassing. Hey, small water, more Florida in here, dude. I was just talking. I got Florida conditions out here. I'm doing some spearfishing on the jetty. We are blessed since we don't do much spearfishing because the water is rarely clear enough to do it. The rules are a lot different for us. I can go to town on a lot of species down here that you're not able to do in Florida. I've bagged out on mangroves. Not even bagged out. There's no limit on them. Like I've got dinner on mangroves already. Probably going to get a few more, but I'm aiming for big sheep's head right now. We used to be able to spear snook. Can't do that anymore. But flounder, I'm going to have an eye out for flounder. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can spear drum. Not that I would want to. I don't remember, but spade fish, like there's a lot of good eating fish down there that we're able to get into. Angler Chronicles is out here a lot. You are awesome, Stanley. Be confident. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm getting better. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting better and I'm working at it. This is like right now, like talking in front of people like around me here. That's a lot of like me growing there. It does take a little bit. And there are some times where it's just like, I don't even know what to say. I just can't do it, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Digging a ditch, believe it or not, kind of sucks. What sucks about digging ditches? I don't want to be digging ditches. I can talk camera, no camera crowd. Yeah, so I'm like, my personality is one of those weird in-between ones where if we're throwing a party, I'm a wonderful person to have at a party. I can be a personality. I can talk up everybody. I'll make it fun. My brother's even better about that. Like Peter, if you've ever met Peter, he does the YouTube channel, Peter Orchard Studios, although he doesn't post much content. So he is a personality. If you ever see him on the live streams or in Discord or anything, that dude can talk. He can do a 4-hour live stream. He is the life of the party. He's going to be the first one jumping off the bridge, skinny dipping, whatever. I fake it well. Like I can be a good personality. I can be fun to be around. But then when I'm done, like when I'm done with this live stream here, I'm going to be out in the peace and quiet at the end of the jetty, even though we got fishermen that are starting to head out that way. But I'm going to be by myself and I'm going to be so happy, just quiet and alone. And I will be in my element at that point. So I fake it well, but it's not really like at the core of me who I am. The Atlantic side is a different story. The Gulf has weird rules. Interesting. I never thought about that. I've always, the limited amount of time I've spent in Florida was in Pensacola, Gulf side, and they wouldn't even let me spear there. You can't take a spear gun on the beach. Yeah, here I mean, we get harassed spearfishing. People do not like us around them. We're taking fish that they, are trying to catch. They're not catching them. I was talking to like half a dozen people on my way out here this morning, and they're like, "What do you see down there? What's down there?" And I'm like, "Well, dude, I'm seeing a ton of mangroves. And I'm seeing a ton of snook." And every single person I talk to is like, "Snook? I didn't know we have snook here. I've never seen a snook. I've never I caught a snook once." Me too. They are super finicky. They do not want to take a bait, but that doesn't mean they're not down there. It just means your presentation is all wrong. Whatever you're doing is just not what snook like. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't fish for snook. I don't care. I want fish that I can eat. But yeah, I don't know. That's a very common conversation that we have down here. My mouth big enough for both my feet. I tend to stick them there. I do that from time to time. But so I was gifted a silver tongue. I'm not gonna lie. Like I can twist my words. I'm good about that. I'm very I don't know what that's called. I'm a social chameleon. I'm good about that. Like in high school, you have all the different cliques, and I fit in well with most of them. Like I was never a part of any of them, but I fit in well with them all. I enjoyed the outdoors, so I was okay with the country crowd. I I like punk rock music, so I fit in good with the rock crowd. I wasn't a Metallica, Megadeth fan per se, but so I couldn't exactly have that conversation with them, and I wasn't like wearing all black and chains and stuff. But I was, full on punk rock, so I was okay on the outskirts of that group, probably closer to them than some of the other groups. I played basketball, loved basketball. Didn't really hang out with those guys too much, but I love basketball. Hey, Ben. Super jealous here in Houston. I hope to be down in Rockport seeing my dad and brother Labor Day weekend. I'll be mindful of that, man. I'm not going to interfere on your family time. But if you guys get out and want to do some fishing or something, let me know. I wouldn't mind tagging along on that. And if not, if it's family time, totally understand. I get that too. I tell you what, we're at 37 minutes here. I'm going to shut this down in 2.5 minutes. The rain has stopped, and it's time for me to get back out here and get into the water. Ben, so yeah, I'm out here spearfishing, having a blast. I've been doing good. The weather's awesome. I had a storm blow over and it rained me out. So I'm going live for a few minutes while I'm soaking the seat in my truck to get my wife really good and mad at me for, playing hooky all day. I want to fish for dinner. I can't even describe, like I do this. I don't need it. I've got fish in the freezer, but there is something so freeing about waking up, and my entire purpose for being today is simply to put food on my wife and daughter's plates, like good food, not even just food, but just like I'm out here to get food. And that is my entire purpose for being today. And you know what? Actually, that is thank you. That is going to be what the video is about. I'm going to go and I'm going to film everything I need to film to make it to where because that's what it is. And I didn't even think about that till you said that. So thank you. It is so liberating. It's such a good feeling to be able to do that, to challenge yourself to do it and to make it happen. Hey, Derby, thank you. It is a pleasure. I have been enjoying coming to your streams. I really enjoyed coming to the fishing one, but I like all the stuff that you're doing. You have a wonderful personality, and it is always a pleasure. I'm often there, but I'll tell you right now, like if I come in and I say hi and stuff like that, I probably have you on the television while I'm like working on the computer. So I don't like playing YouTube on the computer while I'm working on it. I don't know if I'm weird like that, but long story short, so I've always got your streams playing. Even if you're not seeing me in the chat, I swear to you, if you see me say hi, and then you can go like 30 minutes into a stream and like say, "So Stanley, you still around?" There's about a 50% chance, 75% chance I'm going to respond to you. Like I'm going to be like, "Yes, I'm still here, just working." I apologize for not being a little bit more chatty. I know that really helps with the stream and stuff, and I will try to be social. But that's typically what's going on. Be your authentic self. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Live your truth. Those that resonate with you will find you. I could not have said that any better myself. You're absolutely right. And that's one of the things I love about all of this that we're doing here. Like, we have come across such wonderful people. Like, Grant and John, who I live stream with. Ben, I consider Ben a very close friend. Grant and John are probably I'm going to say Grant and John are probably my best friends, or they're at least in that circle of best friends. Like the group of people, and that's not to discount anybody else here. Everybody here, like I consider a friend, good people. So very blessed about that. Okay, I apologize. My father-in-law is calling me right now. He wants to know what the conditions are. He wants to come out here fishing. I'm afraid I'm going to have to shut this stream down. I have to get a hold of him. It's time for me to get him out here and get him into some fish. So I got to shut this down, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. This is like, oh, dude, I can't even tell you what it's doing for my spirits. I'm in such a good mood. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Keep an eye out. It's going to be a couple of weeks, but when you see a rainy day spearfishing whatever video at the beach pop up, it's going to be this one. And I'm going to make mention of everybody coming and saying hi in the live stream. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream or the next video.